Good evening, Mayor, Council, members of the city staff. My name is Steve Bennett. I'm a lifelong resident of the city of West Covina, homeowner for more than 20 years. I'm here tonight to address the proposed tax measure that is being circulated by the West Covina Police Officers Association. When I look at this entire topic, I can't help myself but to think, what would I do if I was sitting up there with you guys? I see this as a potential for leadership from the City Council to provide residents insight into the financial situation of the city. I have to commend Mayor Johnson on the fact that from the very get-go, you have said you've supported this tax 100%. While we do not agree on the tax, I respect the fact that you have stated your position from the beginning and why. I also respect you a lot for putting it on the agenda tonight as a mother may I. I hope that it does go through as that. I think you understand that by supporting or not supporting, you're not putting your finger on the scale, as a resident has continually said, and getting people to understand one way or the other. I think it's important for you guys to share with us the insight of the financial situation of the city, if this is even warranted. Tonight I'm going to present to you a proposal that I want you to consider. I'm not here standing saying that I'm against the tax increase. I'm here saying that I could support a tax increase under the right conditions and written the proper way. The one being circulated right now, however, does not accomplish all of that. I would like you, the council, to consider placing a measure on the March 2020 ballot with the following stipulations. One, all new money generated by this increased tax must be restricted to be used solely for the purpose of the unfunded pension liability. Two, the sales tax increase will sunset or end after the unfunded pension liability is paid, and that there is no mention of any audit or oversight committee members or duties mentioned in the measure. Currently, the city of West Covina is estimating, I believe, around $16 million to be paid to CalPERS retirement. I will let the city manager confirm what that number is, out of the general fund based on the adopted budget. By placing a restricted tax measure on the ballot, you'll be putting an estimated $9 to $10 million of new monies from the tax the first year into the CalPERS under a restricted system. That would allow money out of the general fund that's currently going to CalPERS to be placed back into the general fund and used how the council decides, for general purposes as it's referred to. I believe the residents of the city understand that CalPERS is not a problem that the city council created, either yourself or past councils, that it comes down from the state. I believe that residents are willing to, under that condition, willing to possibly help the city to get out of the problem. That is a big problem in the city, is the unfunded liability. All cities were surprised with the lowering of expectations of CalPERS, including West Covina and many others. And we understand that this needs to be paid and funded. For that reason only, I believe the residents would support a tax measure as a restricted tax and only as a restricted tax. Instead of allowing a union to place a flawed measure on the ballot, you as a council should do your fiduciary responsibility and place a properly written measure on the ballot. Even if you campaigned on not raising taxes, we understand that you may have a slightly different opinion on this after being behind the curtain, so to speak. We elected you to speak honestly, candidly about our city, about our finances. You owe us that leadership of placing a properly written measure on the ballot and explaining the need for one publicly, especially if it is going to cost the taxpayers over $500,000 to have any measure on the ballot. If you cannot come out and state why we need to increase taxes publicly, then we must, as residents, assume that a tax increase is not needed at all. Thank you. Oh, one last thing, sorry. I passed out Senate Bill 732. That's a report on government finance on the AQMD's proposed tax that everyone keeps saying is coming. AQMD cannot raise a tax by state law. That report talks about how if they do get it across, it goes to 11.25%. I hope you guys oppose that bill too. Thank you.